This video will present solutions to the 2018 VCE Mathematical Methods Written Examination 2. Section A, questions 11 to 15. Question 11. This question concerns the graph of y equals tan AX, which is a dilation of the graph y equals tan X. Y equals tan X looks something like this. This graph has a vertical asymptote at x equals 3 pi over 2 and an x-intercept at x equals pi. If we were to dilate this to relocate the vertical asymptote at 3 pi over 2 to the value x equals 3 pi, that would also move our single x-intercept to the right and fit the requirements of the question. This dilation or stretch is by a factor of 2, and hence our answer would be a equals a half. An alternative method for this question would be to graph the alternative answers on our class pad. Adjusting to the quick trig view window is probably helpful in this question, given the nature of the function involved. And we can see the first alternative does not fit the requirements of the question. Nor does the second one, as the vertical asymptote is not located at the value 3 pi, which can be seen on the screen in the vicinity of 9.42. The third alternative does fit the information of the question, as that vertical asymptote appears to be in the correct position and there is one x-intercept in the region 0 to 3 pi. Question 12. To answer this question, we require the mean of this discrete random variable. This can be computed by multiplying x by the probability of x and summing. 9/20 plus 2/10 plus 3/20 plus 18/20, which will be 9 plus 4 is 13, 16, 34/20, which equals 1.7. Hence, the probability that x is less than mu is equal to the probability of x equals 0 or x equals 1. In other words, a quarter plus 9/20, which is 5 plus 9 is 14/20, or 7/10. And so our answer is E. An alternative approach to this question would be to use a spreadsheet to compute the mean of x. This is only time efficient in an examination if one has been created earlier, as one has on this class pad. For this spreadsheet to work, I need to enter the values of x, and I need to enter the probabilities of x. As these are fractions, they will need to be preceded by an equal sign. In this spreadsheet, the mean, variance and standard deviation are all calculated for us in row 16. In this case, all we require is the mean 1.7, as seen previously. Question 13. Reading the scenario described and looking for the probability that the score will be equal to +1 is equivalent to realizing that we require a score of -2 and +3 in any order. In other words, we need a white, then a red, or a red and then a white. This is equal to 4/6 times 3/5 plus the probability of 2/6 times 2/5, which is equal to 16 30ths, which equals 8/15. Hence our answer is E. Question 14. This probability question can be tackled using the identity for the probability of A union B being equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersection B, which gives us 0.52 is equal to the probability of A, which I'm going to call little a, and the probability of B, which is twice little a, or 2a, and given that the two events are independent, the probability of A intersection B will be the product of the two probabilities, or A times 2A. And this equation can be solved on our class pad. Giving us two values for x, and considering the probabilities concerned, we are interested only in the value A equals 0.2, as A is less than 1. And so our answer is B. Question 15. This question concerns the median m of a function f of x. This means we can write the integral equation, the integral from 0 to m of the function f of x will be equal to 1/2. And it will be fruitful to put this equation into our class pad. The resultant equation is not in the form required. To see which of the answers corresponds to our equation, we should first multiply by 48. And then subtract 24 to get it into general form. And then take our answer and expand it. Now we're getting close. If we multiply our answer by -1, we can see that the answer required is E.